the mom from Modern Family. I can't remember her name.
I can't remember her name either.
But
the blonde one, right?
Yeah. They were, I think they took a trip to Hawaii or something. The grandfather had paid for it. And so the mother and her husband were in the pool, and she was wearing a bathing suit, and they were in the water. And it's obvious she's had implants.
Okay.
But in that scene, they have like the daylight. There's no stage lighting.
Right.
Like they would in the regular show, but they were actually outside.
Right.
You can see the outline of the implant.
Oh, really?
And it looks awful.
Weird. Yeah.
Because as you get older, your skin gets thinner and you can see whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, no, you couldn't pay me.
I couldn't either. I can't imagine like having something foreign under my skin.
Yeah. And some people do, and they love it, and it makes them feel better about themselves.
Yeah, totally.
I'm all for it if that's what you want to do, but I couldn't.
Yeah.
I'd be conscious.
And I do know some people who have had like breast implants and stuff who are really very happy with them.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. But I've heard horror stories too, like the I can't remember what it's called, but it's like breast implant disease or something.
Ugh.
People, because whatever the liquid is that's in it gets seeped into their bloodstream and stuff.
No, it seems really dangerous to me.
So you have to make sure you're with someone who knows what they're doing.
Yeah. And then there's the risk of like that show Botched. And I know somebody actually who had the procedure done, but it needed to have it like adjusted a couple of times because they looked different. Like one breast looked different from the other and they were uneven. And to me, like, I don't like the idea of surgery at all. I've never had surgery before. Well, actually, that's not true. I had surgery last month, but minor. But like the idea of like being cut open and being, oh my gosh. And the surgery I had was just like what is it, laparoscopy? Where they just sort of go in and somehow that's a whole other show too. Like that's magic. I don't understand that. And I don't really think I want to. But anyways, well, we're at time. So thanks very much.
It was a good
as
talk.
As usual. Right on. So what are we going to talk about next week?
Oh, geez, I don't know.
We'll have to decide at some point.
We'll have to get something juicy.
Yeah,
we haven't
something
done
that's going to last
really
us
juicy.
through. Yeah. What we just said earlier? We were like, that's a whole other topic. I don't remember. No, we'll have to come up with a good one though.
We have to record ourselves talking before we talk.
Yeah, because some of our best conversations are before we put the mics on.
Kind of like goes along with the post that you had earlier.
Yeah.
About you need a search.
Yes, I need an undo button for when I'm changing my office around. I do. I swear to God, I think undo. What?
Yeah.
I was just going to say something else. Also, just as an aside, I noticed, and I've noticed this every time, like, you come in, we start talking or whatever, and then it's like, okay, let's put the mics on and start really talking. But it changes the dynamic, don't you find? Like as soon as we put the mics on and we know we're
being
recording.
Recorded, yeah.
It's not like, it's just not quite the same thing.
It's a little bit of pressure.
Totally, especially when we were at the halfway or like 35-minute mark and we're both kind of quiet and I'm just thinking like, oh my God, where do we go? But I mean, who really cares?
Stage fright or something.
Yeah, totally. But it's funny, like you can really feel the energy change once we put the mics on. Anyways, stay tuned, folks. We'll talk to you next week.
All right, thanks for listening.
Bye.